What's good, YouTube? It's a Christ of Leviathan prophecy, and I'm gonna go on another little rant because Giants fans are starting to piss me off. Now obviously 2018, 19, 20. It's been 3 years since the Giants was bad. You know what I'm saying? Um, I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. They suck. We suck. As a New York Giants fan myself, I don't baby the New York Giants like y'all do. You know what I'm saying? Tough love, that's all they need. When they play bad, I'll be on their ass. When they play great, occasionally, I'll give them their props. But I'm not going to sit there and babysit them and say, oh, we're going to win the Super Bowl next year. Or are we going to go 10-6 next year? Because that's what y'all been saying last year. And that's what y'all said the year before that. They went 3-13 from 10. No, wait, hold on. They went 3-13 to 6-10, and then they went another 4-12. So they've been on the down spiral ever since EliManning retired. You know, and I will always say Daniel Jones is not EliManning. I think he's trying to be Eli. I think he's trying to live up to Eli Manning expectations because Eli Manning could have won us more than two Super Bowls. I mean, I could count countless years that the Giants were either in playoff contention and lost, or they got snubbed in the first round of the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? 2009 when we went 5-0 for the first time. It could have been Peyton Manning versus Eli Manning in the Manning Bowl. You know what I'm saying? That didn't happen. Drew Brees wound up going to the Super Bowl. 2010, we went 10-6. Our division record wasn't bad. I mean, our division record was bad. We only swept the Redskins twice, and then the Eagles and the Cowboys swept us twice. Okay? 2016, when we went up to Lambeau, Eli Manning was red hot. The receivers let him down. They was dropping passes. The only receiver that caught a touchdown pass was our fourth string receiver, King. Okay? So I don't want to keep on hearing, oh, next year, like, don't tell me, show me. Okay? Like, I'm not gonna sit there and freaking babysit the Giants. But like I said, man, I said this before. I'm giving this team 2 years. Okay? I'm giving this team 2 years. Obviously, actually, like I said, last year didn't count. So I'm gonna give them this year and next year. So if they don't turn around, if they do not turn it around by 2023, I'm done. I'm done with them. I'm done. You know, I will no longer talk Giants on this channel, just my Knicks and other various topics. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't have the patience no more to sit around and babysit this team. This team should not be where they are right now. This team should be where the Packers are, or where the LA Rams are, or where the Kansas City Chiefs are. Why are they doing something positive with their franchise and we going backwards? Okay? Like, you didn't take a wide receiver in last year's draft. You probably won't take a wide receiver in this year's draft. You got nobody to back up Saquon if he gets hurt again. I don't think the Giants are going to put all their chips in Saquon. They probably might trade him, just like how, they have done in the past. You know what I'm saying? When Jeremy Shockey, I mean, obviously not Jeremy. Okay, Jeremy Shockey is another one. I'm not saying that Saquon Barkley is Jeremy Shockey, but Jeremy Shockey was viewed as a great tight end, our best tight end. We had Kevin Boss and Jeremy Shockey. Kevin Boss was the backup to Jeremy Shockey. He left, went to the Saints. Kevin Boss took over, and Eli Manning never lost the beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, we never got out of rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Tiki Barber was a phenomenal running back, retired in the '05 season. No, no, no. He retired around 2007. Michael Strahan, no, 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 no. '06, '06 he retired. Michael Strahan told him, yo, come back for another year. We got this, and that, and the third. He retired. We went on to win the Super Bowl. And I'm gonna make a video on I'm gonna make a video on the I'm gonna make a video on what if the Giants still had Jeremy Shockey and Tiki Barber? Would we have still won that Super Bowl? That's another video for another day. So I don't want to hear the Giants fans, you know what I'm saying, say, "Oh, we gonna do this and we gonna do that." Like, y'all done. Y'all done. Y'all don't have the defense, okay? And the Giants was known for their defense over the years, okay? The Giants have been known for their defense for the 4-3. If the Giants want to turn it around, they have to go back to a 4-3 scheme. Because this 3-4 scheme is not going to work. Whoever the defensive coordinator is, this 3-4 scheme is not going to work. 3-4 is basically, you know, teams that fit. Teams that fit that 3-4 scheme is the Buccaneers because they have hybrid linebackers. It's the Dolphins. It's the Jets. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that the Jets can't play a 4-3, but they're better in the 3-4. You know what I'm saying? So that's that's how we were able to get those two Super Bowls. That was define. That defined us who we are. You know what I'm saying? Like that defined who we are. Getting after the quarterback, rushing for, good running game, solid receivers, and that's how we won those two championships. Now, can the Giants go back to that? I don't know. You know, like you can't really compare Eli Manning's rookie year to Daniel Jones' rookie year. Yeah, Eli Manning didn't have the best rookie year. Who cares? But he had so much talent around him. It was funny. It was scary funny. He had Tiki Barber. Okay, now a lot of people might say, "Oh, well, who is a better running back, Tiki Barber or Saquon Barkley?" Saquon Barkley never fumbled that much. True, true. Saquon Barkley only fumbled once in his career. But the thing about Tiki Barber is he was more durable than Saquon. For now, Tiki Barber was more durable than Saquon. Like he loved physicality. Every time I see Saquon Barkley run, he always bounces outside. You could see it in film. Every time he runs, he always bounces outside. He don't like physicality. And that's your job as a running back. You know? Like picture a running back always scared to get tackled. You're a freaking running back. That's your description. That's your job to get physical. If you look back at the great running backs in the year 2000s, Frank Gore, LaDainian Tomlinson, Steve Jackson, Fred Jackson, Maurice Jones-Drew, they all loved physicality. They all loved to grind. Even Reggie Bush. Reggie Bush would get dirty in there sometimes. So why, like, for the life of me, that doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? So, I just think that, no, not to knock on Saquon. Saquon is a very good, talented running back, but it caused the pause, man. It caused the pause. Do we want to build our franchise around Saquon Barkley? Maybe he could go somewhere else and make a name for himself. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, the Giants do not do well with stars. They just don't. You look at Odell Beckham Jr., prime example. He didn't pan out, okay? Jeremy Shockey was a great talent. He didn't pan out. You know what I'm saying? Who else? I'm trying to think. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the Giants are better when they have players that just do go out there and do their job, like a Hakeem Nicks, like a Mario Manningham, like a Steve Smith, our Steve Smith, like a Victor Cruz, you know what I'm saying? Like a Toomer, like a Paxico Boris, you know? But when we have stars, first of all, the Giants don't know how to utilize Odell Beckham Jr. I'm sorry, but the years that I've been watching Odell Beckham Jr. with the Giants, they have not maximized his full potential. They just didn't. You know. But I just can't defend this team no more. This team gets sorrier and sorrier and sorrier each and every year, and it's gonna show. It's gonna show. You know, Jason Garrett sucks at play calling. Okay, we all know that. Like we've all been bashing. All Giants fans have been bashing Jason Garrett from the get go. Former New York Giant quarterback. I understand that. But when he was with the Dallas Cowboys, it was always clap, all those clap memes. You know what I'm saying? But now he's with the us. It's like, it's like mixed emotions. Like, okay, like when will this Giants team or when will this Giants offense come to life? Okay, like when will this Giants offense come to life? When? Whether they draft a wide receiver in the draft, he's still gonna have to develop. It's not like he's gonna come in here and Christmas tree the whole season. You know what I'm saying? Whoever they pick at number 11, it's not gonna matter. It's not gonna matter. You know, because this has been on my chest for like a very long while, and I wanted to, exercise it to y'all. You know what I'm saying? It just like people don't understand how the Giants work. You know, like I've been a fan of this team since 04, since Eli Manning took over, and I've been rocking with them ever since. You know, through the ups, through the downs, you name it. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, right now, I think they should have just kept the head coach, obviously, and get rid of Gettleman. Gettleman is going to cost this team very much because he can scout talent, but he just don't know how to put it all together. That's the one knock on him. That's why he was let go of Carolina because of the stupidity he was doing, letting go of star players, which obviously hurt them long term after the Super Bowl. But you know, like the Panthers didn't want to fire him during the Super Bowl run, so they just let him, this and that. And that was last year. That was the next following year that he got rid of D'Angelo Williams. He got rid of, John Beeson. He got rid of Josh Norman. You know what I'm saying? So, and then that team suffocated. That team just wasn't the same, So now I'm not saying that he's gonna do it. He's gonna do the same thing to the New York Giants, but he's the GM. Like I said, the GM has 70% control of that team. The head coach probably had 50%. The owner, we all know the owner has like 100% of that team because he owns that team. You know what I'm saying? So the GM is always gonna have the final say because it's the head coach, the GM, the owner. It's like a pyramid. You know what I'm saying? The head coach never comes first before the GM. It's always the GM. Unless you like a Sean Payton or a Pete Carroll, then, they'll vouch for you. But if you like one of these up and coming head coaches, then you're going to get the boot. You're going to get the boot. And I think that Dave Gettleman is going to cost this team another year. They're probably going to go 3-13 again. Because if you look at the schedule does not favor us at all. We're facing teams that finish second in their division. Second. We do not fare well against the AFC West, which includes teams like the Kansas City Chiefs. We have our way against the Oakland Raiders. I'm not gonna lie. In recent past and recent memories, We struggle against the Broncos a lot. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is with the Broncos, but we do struggle with them a lot. But like I said, man, I'm not gonna nitpick on the schedule because I already done my schedule review. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it is what it is, man. Like people just sit there and expect the Giants to make it to the playoffs each year. I mean, the Giants can't even win their home opener for crying out loud. Every single year, it's always 0-1. It's always starting off 0-1. It's always starting off slow. Like the Giants can never win at home. And you got to win your home games. You know, once in a blue moon, they'll pull out a stunner and win. You know, but the majority of the time, they're probably better on the road. I don't even know if they were great on the road this year, but they beaten the they beaten the Bengals. They beaten the Seahawks, which nobody thought they would have even remotely win. You know, so I mean, it is what it is. But this team is dead shot right now. You know, I mean, I know things has changed. EliManning could have still been playing. Odell should have been. I mean, I mean, even though I don't like Odell, and I never did like Odell, he was your best weapon. You let go of JPP. Y'all let go of Vernon. Y'all let go of Snacks, even though y'all was not going to pay all those guys that money, even though they was asking them for the maximum. Y'all built through the draft, which was the correct way. I mean, I hope y'all probably do still on holding. I mean, I guarantee you that y'all would still be building through the draft like a old organization because y'all are the oldest organization in the NFL. I think the Buccaneers are the second youngest, but yeah. So the Giants should not be in this position every single year, tanking, because that's what they are doing right now. You know, well, not this year, but when they went 3-13, they were tanking. Okay, I don't care what nobody tells me. If you win 3 games and you lose 13 out of 17, well, out of 16 games, if you lose 13 and you only win 3, what is that? Tell me what is that? Because I hear a lot of people saying, well, that's not taking, that's just this, or is that's tanking. Okay? That's tanking. Every year when you finish 3-13, you're tanking. You're tanking for draft picks to make your team better. That's why they have the draft. Okay? That's why they have 7 rounds. Most teams probably have 12 rounds. You know what I'm saying? Or 12 picks, I should say. Sorry, not 12 rounds, 12 picks. You know, other teams might have 14 picks in the draft. You know, some might have just 7. You know, the minimum is 7, but you can also have like 10 or 11 draft picks. You know, depending on trades and whatnot. So I just think that if the Giants go to the course, or I think if the Giants just build through the draft like the Cowboys have been doing over the years, they'll be all right. You look at Washington, Sweat, Kerrigan, now Chase Young. So that defense is only going to get better. In the days of the Giants having their number against the Washington team is going to be over. It's going to be over. You know, the Washington team is a quarterback away from dominating this division. Yes, I say dominating. Well, not really dominating because the Cowboys still got Dak, and I guess the Eagles are going to go with Hurts, is going to go forward with Hurts. So that's just going to leave the Washington team without a quarterback. And it's always going to be their issue, you know? It's always going to be their issue. It's been an issue since Jason Campbell, okay? And we all thought Jason Campbell coming out of Auburn was going to be the ish, Turned out he wasn't. So, I mean, it is what it is, though. It is what it is. But like I said, man, if the Giants just build through the draft, I think they'll be okay. Take a page book out of the Cowboys. It won't hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because it's better to build through the draft than free agency. You know what I'm saying? Because Jerry Reese always preached, you never win the Super Bowl in March. And March was always preseason. I mean, March was always the date of free agency. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't know when free agency is going to start, but I remember March was always the date of free agency. You know, that's why he said you never win the Super Bowl in March. You know what I'm saying? Because right after the Super Bowl, boom, free agency. You know what I'm saying? So, and then he was right. You know, I mean, I never disliked the Jerry Reese. I mean, yeah, I mean, he made some boneheaded moves, but at the end of the day, he still won us two Super Bowls. He still went out there and paid for Jenkins and Olivier Vernon and Janoris Jenkins and uh Cromartie and those boys. You know what I'm saying? So he did something right. You know, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough, and he had to go. So it is what it is. It is what it is. But like I said, the Washington team are a quarterback away from competing again for this division. But that's all the Giants have to do is just build through the draft. Because free agency is not going to get you the players that you need. They're probably going to ask a lot more. They're probably going to be injury prone, but you don't know that because, they haven't hit the field yet. You know what I'm saying? They haven't put on pads, So, like I remember around 2011, I believe, we drafted Prince Mukamara, cornerback out of Nebraska. He missed the first 5 or 4 games of this season with a shoulder injury. That dude has been terrible. Like he showed some flashes, but he was just terrible. Ruben Randall was another terrible pick. David Wilson, he didn't last because he had to end his career. He had to end his career because he had a neck stinger. Chad Jones, free safety out of LSU. He got in a car accident. We've never seen him play again. So we don't know what he would have become for us. We don't know if he was. I don't know if he would still been on this team right now. Because I believe he got drafted around 2010. I believe. So there was a lot of picks that the Giants whiffed on. But that's why we draft. That's why we draft. Like if I was a GM, I would have probably built the offensive lineman first because that's what comes first, is the offensive line. If you can't pass protect, if you can't block, I don't care who you got back there. I don't care if you have Barry Sanders back there. If you cannot open holes for running backs, pass protect to give the quarterback time to throw to his receivers. Like EliManning got long before. EliManning was the most sacked quarterback behind Andrew Luck. Why? Because he had a terrible offensive line. And that's where your foundation starts. It don't start with the quarterback. It starts with the offensive line. Because if you can pass protect and you can open up holes, it opens up the game. It really does. But if you can't pass protect and you can't block, you're going to be sitting. You're going to be 6-10 every single year. Probably worse. And it's happening to the Giants right now. The Giants have the worst offensive lineman in NFL history, probably behind the Seattle Seahawks. But the reason why Seattle Seahawks don't show that is because they have Russell Wilson. Now I know Daniel Jones can run, but obviously you can see when he got hurt, he was never the same, I mean, I think he had to have like 3 games to get back in rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Like he played very well against the Cowboys, but it wasn't good enough because we finished with a 6-10 or yeah, we finished with a 5-10 record. Okay, so it wasn't good enough. We needed the Redskins to win. Actually, we needed the Redskins to lose. They wind up losing, and we were mathematically eliminated. So, and then people want to freaking blame. I mean, I already went through the whole story. I'm not gonna go through the whole story, but you know how it goes. Handle your business so this stuff won't happen. Win the games you gotta win. It wouldn't happen. It would have probably came down to the Cowboys and the Giants for the NFC East title, and y'all would have probably won automatically because y'all won. And then people want to say, oh, well, it's Eric Ingram. He dropped passes. Like, what do you want the guy to do? You know, like he wasn't a blocking tight end coming out of Ole Miss. We all know that. But again, dumbass fans, they'll fall for flashy runs and fancy catches, but they won't look at the little things. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all know, like, I knew he was a terrible blocker, you know, because they did not teach him to do that in Ole Miss. So if y'all want to blame him, blame his coaching staffs in LSU. I mean, in Ole Miss, because they did not prepare him for the big league when he came out of Ole Miss. Well, actually, when he came out of Ole Miss, like if he was a great blocking tight end, he would have probably been a better catcher. You know, like Jimmy Gonzalez. I mean, not Jimmy Gonzalez. Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Graham, he don't have the speed, but he has very good hands and he can block. Tony Gonzalez don't have blazing speed, but he can block, and he has good hands. Evan Ingram can't block, but he's shifty and he's fast as hell. So that's all he was asked to do in that vertical offense in Ole Miss. So don't get mad at him for those drop passes. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's still going to be on the team. As bad as y'all hate him, he's still going to be on this team next year. Like, there were rumors of him trying to be traded around, but nobody wanted to even touch his contract. You know what I'm saying? And then he has to go through his, agent. You know what I'm saying? And his agent has to work his magic around teams. Like, you want them? No. You want them? No. You want them? No. I'll give you this for them. No, no. Like, everybody declined, because everybody was straight with what they got, you know? Like, who wants a tight end that can't freaking block? Like, how the hell are you going to utilize him, Unless you have, like, a package for him or something, or a play for him to, do a dig or a slant or a post, whatever have you. That's the only time he'll see a ball coming his way. But the Giants obviously need help in other positions, just not tight end. Okay. What else? I know I said I was not going to talk about sports, but this shit was killing me. I couldn't no more. Like it should just be fucking hurting. People know that they know everything. They don't know dilly crap. That's why y'all fans and they're players. So don't get mad when they drop balls, because they still going home getting paid millions and millions of dollars while y'all working at freaking Bob Cheddar's for 40 hours every single Friday through Monday, working a dead end job and complaining about your life being miserable and pathetic. So y'all only escape in life is sports. That's what y'all come to. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what y'all come to when busting your ass for 40 hours, coming home, you know what I'm saying? Probably getting something to eat, grab a beer or something, and then sit your fat ass down on that couch and watch TV or watch sports, whatever have you, because that's your escape, from reality. You know what I'm saying? You have to deal with dumbass customers all day long. So I understand. I was in the same position. But somebody told me that sports is not everything. You know, sports is just an illusion. Like we buy all these fancy things, we buy all these jerseys, we do this, we do that. In reality, what do you get out of it? To be honest with you, you don't get nothing out of it in return. All you get is burning jerseys, saying players suck, saying players are bust, doing this, doing that for what? While they get still getting paid millions and millions of dollars, they may not start, whether it's football or basketball, they may not start, but they still getting paid. You know what I'm saying? While y'all complaining and whining, like, come on, man. Like, y'all should know better than this, man. You know? Maybe if y'all were better in sports, y'all probably would have made it too. You know? Like, y'all already know my story. I could have made it, but I tore my ACL, and the doctor told me that there's a chance that you may not be where you want to go. Like your phone may not ring. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Nobody would call you. You probably might go undrafted because they look at every spectrum of your record. Whether you have health problems. You know what I'm saying? Whether or not you this or you that. So they look at every spectrum of your game. Are you this, are you that? How well do you handle the media, this and that and the third? Are you an outgoing person? Are you an unspoken person, this and that? So they look at every acronym of your record. You know what I'm saying? They look at if you have injury history, and if you do, most teams might take a chance, but most teams might pass on you. That's why Taco Fall and Bobo fell in the draft. It's not because they couldn't play. It's because of health concerns. Like I'm not picking this center and then he's gonna turn out to be a bust later on. You know what I'm saying? So that's just life. That's life in sports. You know what I'm saying? And if the agents don't do their job, they don't get paid. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Like, comment, subscribe, and till next time, take care of yourself and each other. And like I said, man, if the Giants want to go far, they got to build through the draft. That's the only way. Give Daniel Jones some weapons. Draft receivers. You know, they may not be number one receivers, but just draft 2, 3, 4 receivers. Because when Eli Manning had Akeem Nicks, Mario Manningham, Steve Smith, Victor Cruz, they were all number ones. Like they just shared the tote. You know what I'm saying? Like they shared the rock. No, they didn't play, oh, okay, you could be number one or you could be number no. They all pitched in. They all contributed. Even when Eli Manning had Plaxico Burress and Toomer and Dominic Hickson, same thing. They all contributed. Nobody was one, you know what I'm saying? So I just think that, it is what it is. But if the Giants want to go back, if the Giants want to be back on the top of the NFC East, they have to build through the draft. That's the only way. You see how the Cowboys offensive linemen worked out for them. You saw how Washington drafted all those defensive linemen. Look at them now. Who's the laughing class now? Or who's the last laugh? Who has the last laugh now? We do. Because we don't have no defense. We can't stop a cold. Even though, like I said, we show some flashes here and there. But again, you have to be consistent. You have to be consistent. Draft defensive lineman after defensive lineman or edge rusher or somebody year after year after year. In the long run, it's going to work out. It's going to pan out. But if you just pick one position and then the next year pick another position, you're going to go out of sync. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I have to say. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other.